Hi, my name is Rich Dosdall. Today I wanted to make a short video about one of the models that I made. This is a replica of a Burrell engine, which is an English engine. They were made in England, and this would be a replica of a 1924 model. As you can see, the paint scheme on this is quite extravagant. The English engines were more, can we say, proud of their engines than the Americans were. The pinstriping on the engine here is pretty close to original, the way that it would have been from the factory. Just to tell you a few things about the engine. It took me about approximately 7 years to build this. Not full-time, I was working 2 jobs at the time, but weekends, evenings. A few things about the engine. Some things down in here, if you take a look down in here on this side, there's a cable wound around this drum here. This cable, what you would do with that is there's also a couple pins out here on the wheels. You'd pull these pins out on both wheels, take this cable and you'd string it through these rollers here. You'd attach that cable to a tree back behind you, and then you would run the engine and it would wind that cable up, and it could pull yourself out of being stuck or pull your buddy out of being stuck or the such. You get unstuck, unhook from the tree, wind the cable back up, put the pins back in the wheels and drive away. It was something that the American engines didn't have. This right here is a water pump that's driven off of the crankshaft, so when the engine is running you can pump water from the water tank into the boiler. Over on this side of the engine, this is what is called right here, this valve is called an ejector. When you'd come across a stream, you'd throw this in the stream, you'd open up this valve right here that would draw water out of the stream and put into the water tank. And this valve down here is called an injector. You'd open this valve over here, that would take water from the tank and put into the boiler. And this here is your water glass gauge that would show the level of the water that was in the boiler. The water level always had to be about in the halfway part of that glass. That's very important on a steam engine, that you keep enough water in it. This right here, I'm going to get my flashlight so you can see down in this hole. This is the firebox down in here. That's where you'd throw the wood, coal, whatever you were burning. Let's walk around to the front of the engine. I'm going to show you inside the smoke box. Inside here is the tubes. These are 1-inch tubes that are rolled into position, rolled into place. The fire that I just showed you that would be in the firebox would have the heat, the flames would come through the tubes a ways and heat the water on the outside of the tubes to make the steam to run the engine. And then the remaining smoke that came through these tubes would go up the smokestack, along with the exhaust steam that come out of the engine. Both the exhaust steam comes out here and the smoke from the fire that was in the smoke box. Most engines in the United States were of the single speed, which meant they'd only go 1 speed down the road. This particular engine has 2 speeds, a high and a low. Right now the engine is in neutral, but if we were to take this lever and push that into gear, that would be low gear right there. And to get our other speed, our faster speed, we'd move this little lever back there and then pull the other gear into place. That would be the faster speed. And way over here is neutral. This is our forward or reverse lever for the engine, depending on which way we want the engine to run. This here is our draft door. we can open up the draft door there to give our fire draft. The English engines like this, the draft come in the front of the firebox through the grates and then out through the tubes again. The American engines, the draft door was in the back. This also serves as the clean out, and you open it way up to clean the ashes out. And today we're gonna run the engine on compressed air. We're not gonna build a fire today or put steam in it, just so you can see how it does run. That's a forward speed. This here would be a reverse speed. And forward again. And it does run pretty nice at a slow speed. And oh yeah, the whistle does work. Okay, well, again, Rich Dosdall. I hope you had a good time looking at this short video, and we'll see you again sometime.